Somewhere in the city of Anima, on the top floor of a glass tower, a lion is getting ready for work. He straightens his tie. He checks the mirror. Not once, 4 times. And before he leaves, he does something strange. He practices his smile. Because the lion has a secret, and he will spend his entire life making sure you never see it. In Anima, the lion is what psychology calls a narcissist, and today I'm going to show you his secret. By the end of this video, you will be able to spot a narcissist in under a minute, in your boss, your ex, your friend, maybe someone in your own family. And you will understand something almost nobody understands. The narcissist is not strong. The lion is the most frightened animal in the entire city. Let's go up to his floor. The first thing you notice about the lion is that the room rearranges itself around him. He walks in, and somehow the conversation bends toward him. The lighting feels like it's his. People laugh a little louder at his jokes. And here is the strange part. He needs that. Not enjoys it. Needs it. Psychologists have a name for it. Narcissistic supply. Attention, admiration, envy. It's the fuel the narcissist runs on. The way your car runs on gasoline. And like any fuel, it burns off, which means he needs a fresh tank every single day. That's the first sign. Watch how someone behaves when the spotlight moves to somebody else. A healthy person is happy for you. The narcissist goes quiet, or cold, or suddenly finds a reason to make the moment about him again. Because in his mind, your shine is stealing his light. Now, the second sign is the one people miss the most, so pay attention. The narcissist cannot apologize. Not won't, cannot. To you, an apology is 2 words and a slightly awkward evening. To the lion, an apology is a confession that he is flawed, and that threatens the one thing holding him together. Psychology calls it grandiosity, the grand, polished self-image he has built to survive. Admitting fault cracks the statue, and to him, a crack feels like death. So he does everything except say sorry. He explains. He justifies. He reminds you of that thing you did 3 years ago. He says, "I'm sorry you feel that way," which, if you listen closely, is not an apology at all. It's a tactic. There's a word for it, gaslighting. He takes your hurt, turns it around, and quietly makes it your fault. If you've ever walked out of an argument apologizing to the person who hurt you, confused about how that even happened, you've met a narcissist. Let's talk about the third sign, because this one is almost impressive. The narcissist is a genius at the beginning. When a lion decides he wants you, as a partner, a friend, a hire, the charm is overwhelming. You have never been seen so completely. He remembers the small things. He makes you feel like the most fascinating person alive. This stage has a name too, love bombing, and it feels incredible, because it is engineered too. But here's what's really happening. The narcissist isn't falling in love with you. He's acquiring you. You are becoming a mirror. One more surface to reflect his light back at him. And a mirror has a job. The moment you stop reflecting him perfectly, the moment you disagree, or need something, or have a bad day of your own, the warmth doesn't just cool, it flips. Psychologists call this the devaluation phase. First, they idealize you. Then, the instant you become inconvenient, they devalue you. And the same person who put you on a pedestal starts treating you like the problem. People who leave a narcissist often say the same haunting sentence. It felt like the person I fell in love with never actually existed. They're not wrong. He didn't. That version was the bait. Now stop for a second, because I know what's happening. You're putting a face to this. Someone specific. You can see them right now. Hold on to that, we'll come back to it. But first I have to tell you the fourth sign, because it's the one that keeps people trapped for years. The narcissist runs hot and cold on purpose. One week he's the warm, magnetic person you met. The next week he's distant, critical, impossible to please. And you, being a normal, decent person, assume you did something wrong, so you try harder. You chase the warmth? And that's the trap. Because the coldness isn't random, it's training. Every time you chase him after he pulls away, he learns that he can treat you badly and you'll still come running. There's a name for this too, intermittent reinforcement. Unpredictable rewards hook the brain harder than steady ones ever could. It's the exact mechanism that makes slot machines addictive. The narcissist has turned your relationship into a slot machine, and you keep pulling the lever, waiting for the good days to come back. You're not weak for staying. You're human. Your brain got hijacked by a machine built to hijack it. And now the fifth sign, the one hiding underneath all the others. Look into the lion's eyes when someone else is crying. You'll see something missing, not cruelty, something quieter, a kind of blankness, like he's watching a language he was never taught to speak. This is the empathy gap, and psychology actually splits empathy in two. There's cognitive empathy, knowing what you feel, and affective empathy, feeling it with you. The narcissist often has plenty of the first and almost none of the second. He can read your pain like a map. He just can't feel the ground under your feet. Watch him beside a friend who just got bad news. He'll say the right words. He learned them, the way you learn lines for a play. But the timing is always half a second off, and his eyes keep drifting to see who's watching him be supportive. Everywhere the narcissist looks, he only ever finds one person, himself. So now you can spot him. The hunger for supply, the impossible apology, the love bombing that curdles into devaluation, the hot and cold, the missing empathy. But knowing how to spot a narcissist is only half of what you came here for. The other half is the question you actually clicked for. What do you do when there's one in your life? 3 things. Take them slowly, because this is the part that changes everything. The first one, starve the supply. Remember, the narcissist runs on your reaction. Your anger feeds him. Your tears feed him. Even your long, desperate texts explaining exactly how he hurt you, those feed him most of all, because they prove he still controls your emotions. So you give him nothing to feed on. Short answers, calm voice, no big reactions, no dramatic exits. There's a nickname for this, going gray rock. You become as interesting to him as a plain gray rock on the side of the road. It feels almost rude at first. It works because a mirror that stops reflecting is a mirror he eventually puts down. The second one, trust patterns, not words. A narcissist will always have a beautiful explanation, always. He'll explain the lie, explain the coldness, explain the broken promise, and in the moment, it'll sound reasonable. So stop grading the words and start tracking the pattern, not what he said tonight, what he has actually done over the last 3 months. Write it down if you have to, because he is very good at making you forget last week. Words are the performance, the pattern is the truth, and the pattern has never once lied to you. And the third one, keep an exit he doesn't control. This is the quiet one, and it's the most important. A narcissist survives by slowly becoming the only voice in your head, the only opinion that counts, sometimes the only person you have left. So you protect the exits before you ever need them. Your own money in your own name. Friendships he hasn't managed to push away. A memory of who you were before him, written somewhere he can't edit it. You don't have to use the door today. You just have to make sure it still opens. And now the part 1 promised you, that face you pictured earlier. Before you go and label them, before you screenshot this and send it with 3 angry arrows, I need to tell you the truth about the lion. The truth that makes this whole channel different. The narcissist was not born hungry for the spotlight. Somewhere, a long time ago, a small creature learned that being ordinary was dangerous. That love had to be earned by being impressive, that the moment he stopped performing, he would be left behind. So he built a magnificent mane to hide a shaking animal, and he has been roaring ever since, so that no one hears the fear underneath. That doesn't excuse what a narcissist does. Being wounded is a reason. It is never a permission. If someone is hurting you, you are allowed to walk away, and you do not owe them your own destruction as payment for their pain. But here's the part you really need to hear. Remember the rule of Anima. You are not one animal. You are the whole city. Which means there is a little lion in you too. It's the part that needs the last word. The part that goes quiet when a friend gets the good news you wanted. The part that finds it strangely hard to say a simple, clean, "I'm sorry." A little lion is human. We all have one. Having a few narcissistic traits is not the same as being a narcissist. The whole difference is whether that lion runs your life or just lives on one floor of it. So tonight, notice yours. Not to punish it, just to know it's there. Next week, we take the elevator down to the 15th floor. To the zebra, black and white, nothing in between. The one who will love you more intensely than anyone ever has, right up until the moment she's sure you're about to leave. Anima opens one door every week, and you already know your way around now. So I'll see you on the next floor.